Hello again everybody, Mike Smith here, Senior Minister of Minchinbury Anglican Church. We're going to film the church news a little bit different today because last Sunday night we had a successful launch of our return to public services here at the church, and this Sunday morning at 10 a.m. we're going to be reopening our morning service to the public as well. And so we thought we'd show you what you need to do as you arrive at church on a Sunday morning during this COVID-safe time. Well, as you walk up the path to church and you come towards the front door, there'll be a volunteer at the front who's going to ask you questions that no doubt you are very familiar with. The COVID-safe questions: do you have any COVID-like symptoms? Have you been to a COVID hotspot in recent times? And we hope that you answer no to each of those questions before you come into the building. You'll also have an opportunity to sanitize your hands before you come in as well. And we hope that you would have pre-registered your attendance and you brought your ticket along with you to church, either on your mobile phone or the physical paper copy. And then you'll come on into the building and there'll be another volunteer here in the foyer who will scan your ticket to check you into church on a Sunday morning. If you have inadvertently forgot to bring your ticket, that's okay. Over at our welcome table, there'll be another volunteer who can manually check you into our service. And if you forgot to pre-register and you still turned up for church, that's okay as well. We'll encourage you to register at the table and then just to take a seat in our church foyer until everybody who has pre-registered for church is checked in. And we just want to make sure that we meet all of the numbers guidelines for our public gathering. So if there is room, then you can come and join us for church on a Sunday morning if you turn up. Now, having scanned your ticket into church, your ticket will have your designated seat number. So for example, say you booked seat C5. There'll be an usher here at the door who will show you to your seat. So come on, Rose, let's try and find seat C5. You can see the numbers here. That's row D, 3 and 4. They go A, B, C, D, and so on. C5 and 6 will be over here. Here we go. So this is C5 and 6. So once you come into church, we're going to encourage all of our members to take their seats. And part of our COVID safety plan is that once you are seated for church, you remain in your seats until the end of the service. Unless, of course, you need to go to the bathroom. And if you need to go to the bathroom on a Sunday morning, you don't need to put up your hand and say, "Pastor Mike, I need to go to the bathroom." You can just go to the bathroom, but then return to your seats. Now, during the service, there are a number of things that we are going to be encouraging you to do. Firstly, again, to stay in your seats. That's part of our COVID safety plan. And even though there's going to be some sung music from the front, we're going to have to encourage you, as we've been communicating over the last little while, not to join in that singing. If you happen to hum or clap your hands, I know, as wild as that is, that's okay. We just can't encourage you to sing. Now, before church and after church, we're used to mingling and, giving each other a hug and a handshake. Can't do that now either. But what we want to encourage you to do is, if you want to engage in conversation with people at church, you do so from the safety of your own seat. You can engage with people in the next seat or turn around and engage in conversation with others that way, but we can't encourage you to move around. And then once the service is over, we're going to be encouraging our members to exit the building pretty promptly for two reasons. One, to stop mingling and breaching the social distancing requirements that are placed upon us. But two, we have a cleaning team that are going to get straight to work to sanitise the building to make sure it's safe for the next gathering as well. So that's what you can expect on a Sunday morning. It is church, but it is not church as we once knew it. So it's going to be different. But encourage your grace and patience. And if you do want to come to church, there are still some tickets available. So head to the Try Booking website and book today. Well, friends, the only other news for this week are that there are two special events coming up in August that we want to encourage you to put in your diary and get excited about. The first is we're going to hold a very special live stream praise night on Thursday night, the 13th of August. Our music teams are excited about being able to share in that night because our corporate singing together is limited in what we can do on a Sunday service here at the church. But there are no limitations in our home. So we're going to hold this special event so that you can gather a group of people together on that evening and sing with great joy as loud as you want. So we want to encourage you, if you're a member of a discipleship group, to gather a few members of your discipleship group together and join in that night. If you're not in a discipleship group, why don't you invite yourself over to somebody else's home or invite others into your home to sing and share in that night together. We want to be people that are known for our praise of Jesus because we love him and what he has done for us. And this night will give us an opportunity to express our praise in a way that many of us have been longing for these last few months. So that's the praise night, 13th of August, 7:30 on Facebook Live. The second piece of news for your calendar and to get excited about, particularly if you're a man of Minchinbury, is that we're holding a special men's event here at the church on Saturday evening, the 22nd of August. The event is called The Good Life, and we've invited former NRL football player Dave Simmons from the Penrith Panthers, who is now an Anglican minister in Western Sydney, to share his story with us and to help us reflect on what it means to live the good life that God has for us. Look, even if you're not a Penrith Panthers fan, and you all know that I'm a Bulldogs fan, they're the best team in the NRL, but I'm excited to hear Dave's story and to be reminded of the good life that Jesus has won for us. So even if you're not a Panthers fan, come along, we'll have a meal together and hear the story from Dave and be encouraged to keep living for Jesus. Well, that's all the news for today. Thanks for listening. Look forward to seeing you either in person at 10 a.m. or 6 p.m. on Sunday or online during our live stream. God bless.